Hi, today I want to talk to you about 10 self-improvement tips to start taking control of your life. These are just little tips that if you implement one or a small handful of them throughout your day, you're going to notice a big difference. So let's get going on to tip number one. So step number one. Step number one is take good care of yourself. Okay, it's much easier to be positive when you're eating well, you're exercising, and you're getting enough rest. Pay attention to these things. This is really going to help you be more productive. It's going to help you feel better about yourself, and it's going to make some of these other things that you do even easier to implement. So I'm not talking about go get healthy overnight or start a diet program. Just pay attention to these things a little bit and notice the success you're having with them, and I think it's going to make a big difference. Tip number two, this is a big one. Remind yourself of the things that you were grateful for. Stresses and challenges don't seem quite as bad when you're constantly reminding yourself of the things that are right in life. Okay, take 60 seconds a day to stop and appreciate the good things. It'll make a huge difference, I promise. Gratitude is one of the core things to most people's success. If you study any of the people that talk about success in their life, gratitude is one of the biggest causes for it. So just look for some stuff to be grateful for, just a little bit every day. Tip number three, look for the proof instead of making assumptions. A fear of not being liked or accepted sometimes leads us to assume that we know what others are thinking, but our fears are usually not our reality. If you have a fear that a friend or family member's bad mood is due to something you did, or that your coworkers are secretly gossiping about you when you turn your back, speak up and ask them. Don't waste time worrying about that you did something wrong unless you have the proof that there is something to worry about. Okay, just ask. It's a simple question, and you don't have to be embarrassed by it. And most of the time you're going to find that it's not you, and that the problem isn't yours at all, and you can just not even worry about it. I know people that have taken days of their life worrying about something like that had nothing to do with them. So just ask the question and move about your business, and you'll have a much more productive day. Tip number four, refrain from using absolutes. Have you ever told a partner, "You're always late," or complained to a friend, "You never call me"? Thinking and speaking in absolutes like always and never make the situation seem worse than it is, and programs your brain into believing that certain people are incapable of delivering. Tip number five, detach from negative thoughts. Your thoughts can't hold any power over you if you don't judge them. If you notice yourself having negative thought, detach from it, witness it, and don't follow it. You don't want to fight yourself on this. Just notice it and move in a different direction. That's all you have to do. And most importantly, like it just said, don't judge it. Tip number six, squash the ants. In his book, Change Your Brain, Change Your Life, Dr. Daniel Amen talks about ants, which is an acronym for automatic negative thoughts. These are the bad thoughts that are usually reactionary, like those people are laughing, they must be talking about me, or the boss wants to see me, it must be bad. When you notice these thoughts, realize that they are nothing more than the ants and squash them. Tip number seven, practice lovin', touchin', and squeezin', at least with your friends and family. You don't have to be an expert to know the benefits of a good hug. Positive physical contact with friends, loved ones, and even pets is an instant pick-me-up. One research study on this subject had a waitress touch some of her customers on the arm as she handed them their checks. She received higher tips from these customers than the other ones she didn't touch. Tip number eight, increase your social activity. By increasing social activity, you decrease loneliness. Surround yourself with healthy, happy people, and their positive energy will affect you in a positive way. Tip number nine, volunteer for an organization or help another person. Everyone feels good after helping. You can volunteer your time, your money, or your resources. The more positive energy you put out into the world, the more you will receive in return. Tip number 10, use pattern interrupts to combat rumination. If you find yourself ruminating, a great way to stop is to interrupt the pattern and force yourself to do something completely different. Rumination is like hyper-focus on something negative. It's never productive because it's not rational or solution-oriented. It is just excessive worry. Try changing your physical environment, go for a walk, sit outside. You could also call a friend, pick up a book, turn on some music, whatever you need to do to break that pattern. So I want to thank you for watching my short little video here on these 10 tips. Go ahead and implement them throughout your day as you see fit. But I do want to give you a really good free resource, and it is a website. It's www.jennifertavanna.com. Over there, she talks about all sorts of things to deal with personal growth and personal development and that kind of thing. It's all free, and if you don't find the answers to your questions in her blog posts, check out her advice section. She updates it regularly. It's a great resource. Go ahead and head over there and check it out.